morning and welcome to Muddy River Mornings. I'm Bob Gough.
And I'm Brittany Boll.
And Ashley Conrad's on assignment, so I'm sitting in here with Brittany as she's bedazzled. We'll talk about that later, but she's going to tell us what today is.
Today is Friday, May 15th, and somehow the national days are basically built for a Friday. It's National Pizza Party Day, which feels fitting this time of year with classroom celebrations and graduation parties happening everywhere. So honestly, what's one more pizza party? It's also National Bike to Work Day, giving you the perfect excuse to burn off the extra slice on the ride home. And if you still have room for dessert, wrap it all up with National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. And did you see that chocolate chip cookie on top of the Old Fashioned over at Gough?
I have not yet, no.
Oh my gosh. It looks like the most delicious drink. Joy Bearhurst from Crazy Cakes brings over her chocolate chip cookies to Wine Girl. Wine Gal meets Whiskey Guy, and they make an old fashioned. They top the old fashioned with the chocolate chip cookie.
I need one of those. That sounds good.
And the perfect place to grab a cookie or a coffee, obviously, is Crazy Cakes. They're not just cake, they are a full flavored cafe open Friday 7 to 2 and Saturday 8 to 2. Today we have a delicious sandwich that they prepared. It is the Philly steak sandwich made with fresh green peppers and a side of au jus sauce. It will fill you up and get you going.
Well, all right, if you're going to take your lady out for one of those old-fashioned cookies or one of these sandwiches at Crazy Cakes, first you have to stop by our friends at Udry Jewelry at 6th and Main. And Brittany stopped over, and as I said, she is bedazzled.
I am. They have me in all kinds of L jewelry. That's a line that they carry. It's affordable, sparkly, and very luxurious.
It looks great, and yeah, so we've got a busy news week already. Of course, we have them all the time, and we're going to go ahead, and Brittany's going to start us off with some of those top stories.
The retirement announcement from Quincy Police Chief Adam Yates dropped during Monday's Quincy City Council meeting, and now Chief Yates is opening up about the decision after 27 years with the department. In a candid interview with Muddy River News, Yates reflects on his career, the toll the job can take, and why he says policing today is a young men and women's game. Read the full story now on Muddy River News.
Lots of that going around, it appears, as the Hannibal Police Chief announced his retirement today. Michelle McCormack will have that story for us later. And also in other law enforcement news, a major change. Just days after Yates made his announcement, and on the heels of Naki making his announcement, Canton's police chief is out as well. While the city works to stabilize the department with an arrival of another officer, the story breaks down the leadership shakeup, staffing concerns, and what city leaders are saying about the future of policing in Canton. Check out the full details in Michelle's story on the website.
And with Quincy beginning the search for a new police chief, Fire and Police Commission Chairman Curtis Kelty says the hiring process will be really long and involved. Kelty says both internal and external candidates are expected to be considered as the city looks for the next leader of the Quincy Police Department. You can find more on the timeline and what happens next by checking out the full story online.
What started as a solemn blessing of the helmet ceremony at the Quincy Fire Department quickly turned into a real-time reminder of the job firefighters do every day. During the ceremony honoring the fallen firefighters, an emergency call came in and several firefighters had to leave before the blessing ceremony was even complete. The story takes a deeper look at the emotional ceremony, the history behind it, and the firefighters remembered during the event.
Quincy police say 3 people have been arrested in connection to the armed robbery of a pizza delivery driver on the city's north side back in April. Investigators say the driver was allegedly robbed at gunpoint while attempting to make a delivery in the 800 block of North 6th Street. 3 Quincy men are now facing multiple felony charges in the case and remain lodged in Adams County Jail. Safe to say they probably won't be getting an invite to today's National Pizza Party celebration.
No pizza for those guys. Too bad. So that does it for our top story rundown for the week. Now we'll hear a short word from our sponsors. And as always, Muddy River Mornings is driven by Hess Auto Agency.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
In the tri-state area, local businesses aren't just a place to shop. They are engraved into our community. Muddy River Engraving knows, lives, and models this business mentality.
Look how cute!
From getting gear for your team
Those turned out nice. Thank you.
to a custom gift for friends or family, Muddy River Engraving will take your idea or story and bring it to life with his products. From 1 to 1,000 items, Muddy River Engraving can handle any project for you. Muddy River Engraving, engraved into your community.
Over time, if a case goes unsolved, the victim and the family don't get justice. And it's important that not only we get justice for the victim and the family, but that the perpetrator involved in the incident is held responsible.
And welcome back. I got to sit down with Mr. Jason Riley of the Adams County Old Time Association to talk about an event coming up this weekend. Check it out. Welcome everybody to the roundtable. I'm here with Jason Riley from the Adams County Old Timers Association. Welcome, Jason.
Hello, thank you.
Thanks for being here. I hear we're talking about an upcoming event this weekend and we need to get the word out.
Yes, we're having our spring flea market at the Adams County Fairground on May 16th and 17th. The front gate will open on Saturday at 7:30 for the people to come out. We're open until 5, and then on Sunday we're open from 8 to 3.
Okay, so this is a flea market that kind of specializes, I think, in historical, agricultural items and stuff like that, but it's not just that, is what you were telling me before. Tell me.
No, we have everyone out there. There's crafts out there. We even have a gentleman trying this year. He makes his own plastic fishing lures, so he's going to come out and try that this year.
That sounds
with
awesome.
us. So that'll be interesting to see what he has.
So you can find a little bit of everything out there in an actual flea market. You said it's outside. Is it also in the big round barn?
No, it's not in the round barn.
Okay.
We use the show barn on the fairground space, so that's inside, and then we can use some of the cattle barns so that they have a roof overhead but no walls. So if it rains too much and blowing rain, well, they kind of get wet, but they don't mind.
It sounds like it would be spacious, awesome. And then any other like items that people have been vying to see that you've heard about?
Well, we have a gentleman out there who does hand tools, and he's got about 3 spaces rented out there on outside spaces, and it's packed full of hand tools. So
Cool.
he comes every year, and there's a lot to see in his area. And then there's different people out there with homemade crafts and a few handmade items.
Will
And
there be any food?
yes, we have a food stand out there.
You got me with the food.
Yes, and we have pork burgers, made rights, nachos, soda, water, lemonade,
I'm
tea.
hungry. I want a pork burger already, and I want to check out some of the cool stuff. So it sounds like a flea market this weekend, and this goes on. You only do it twice a year, right? So it's
Yes.
special.
Yes, the 3rd weekend in May and the 3rd weekend in September.
Awesome.
And we're coming up on 30 years of doing this. So
Wow.
the organization's been around just a little over 30 years, and we've done a flea market almost every year.
And then when you guys do this, you're basically highlighting local vendors and
Yes.
that's the purpose behind it?
Yep, that's the purpose, and we have some coming from Rushville, and I think one was out of Iowa, so they come from a long way away.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping for great weather for you. Once again, what are the times for the flea market this weekend?
On Saturday, we open the gate at 7:30 in the morning and close at 5, and then on Sunday, we open at 8 and we close at 3.
Sounds like you can find a little bit of everything there. No guns or dogs at this one, but
No, we're not allowed to sell those type of items, so we
I
can't
think
do
that makes it a little bit more of a better flea market, if you will.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Jason, for being here. I
All
hope you
right.
have a great turnout.
Well, we hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're 55 or older and ready for quality, independent living, Good Samaritan Home of Quincy is your first choice. We are constructing new duplexes and single-unit cottages ready for you. Prepay your lease now and customize your future cottage. Say goodbye to the hassles of yard work, snow removal, and home maintenance, and say hello to stress-free, independent living. There is limited availability, so call Good Samaritan Home today at 223-8717 or see for yourself at gshq.org.
Welcome back. Lots of podcasts and videos recorded this week. Brittany kicks off our recap.
On Coffee Talk, brought to you by Electric Fountain Brewing, Ashley and I were joined by a guest this week, Mr. Downtown himself, Brett Austin, to talk about the district's Unique Spaces Tour. There's still time to join the tour and get an inside look at spaces that aren't open to the public at all. Climb to the top of Quincy's skyscraper and explore the gun range below the Armory, all while supporting the district and the community events they bring to downtown Quincy each year.
On Minutes with the Mayor, brought to you by Mercantile Bank, I sat down with Mayor Linda Moore and Quincy Police Chief Adam Yates following his announcement for his retirement. We discussed what led to the decision, what Chief Yates is the most proud of after nearly 3 decades in law enforcement, and what the process looks like for finding the next leader of the Quincy Police Department. It's a conversation about leadership, service, and what comes next for the city of Quincy.
Later this weekend on the Business Spotlight, brought to you by the Bank of Springfield, Chrissy Kakamo sits down with Garrett Riley, the new owner of One Event Venue. Hear what this new ownership means for the future of the Promenade landmark and get to know the man behind the vision. From movies and concerts to weddings, parties, and even new Airbnb stays, One Event Venue continues to grow into a true community hub.
Also tomorrow on Muddy River News This Week, I sat down with Lori Bertram of St. Peter's School. She was named this year's recipient of the St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Award. The honor recognizes a teacher within the Diocese of Springfield who's making a lasting impact both inside the classroom and in the faith lives of students. She was selected out of nearly 850 teachers in the diocese. You'll hear about the honor and her passion for teaching tomorrow on Muddy River News This Week.
Coming up next week for our Muddy TV Monday drop, we've got everybody's favorite. It's another episode of Muddy TV Cribs, brought to you by our friends at C. Quincy. This time we head to Nauvoo to explore the magical 10-acre tree houses with owner, designer, and builder Bob Hopp. From handcrafted tree houses tucked deep into the woods to hidden surprises scattered along the trails, this place feels straight out of a storybook. Even Bob's dog, Paris, helps guide the adventure through the 20-acre woodland retreat. You don't want to miss this one.
What's the time for now, Brittany?
It's time for sports, brought to you by Neiman's.
Well, happy Friday, Muddy Buddies. He's Chris Dewar. I'm Matt Shuckman. We got a lot going on this weekend, Chris
And
Dewar.
we finally got some decent weather for it.
Yes. How about we're in the great outdoors as we record this? Get outdoors. It's beautiful outside.
It is. Take advantage of it while you can, because you know the weather's probably going to change again on us like it always does. But man, it's been fun doing the job of late, just because a little vitamin D out in the sun, you know, it changes everything in your perspective.
It does. It does. And this weekend, weather permitting, all goes well. We have the city men's and women's city golf tournaments, along with the senior city taking place at the same time.
Always a huge event. I mean, there's such an ingrained great golf culture. And I know we get the same 3 or 4 winners, or 1 or 2 winners in the last,
We'll see.
Yes, but always fun just to kind of see how that all shakes down. And just such a neat golf culture in this city that goes beyond, you know, we've had professionals, but the local stuff is fun.
Well, and it'll be fun out at Westview Golf Course this weekend. Saturday, opening round, everybody goes out and plays, and then Sunday they get paired up based on Saturday's performance, and then that's when it gets really interesting.
Yes, it does.
So it'll be fun. I'll be out there both days. Should be a lot of fun. We're getting ready for Doggy Paddlers baseball coming up.
Very quickly.
Conversations are being had. I'm going to go out next week and do a story on the preparations that are happening at QU Stadium, and things are going to be much different this year as far as the Doggy Paddlers go.
Well, I look forward to seeing that, and I think it needs to be.
It will be, and you're right. It had to change, and they've done a good job of preparing for this season. Now we'll see what the project is on the field. We're getting some updates on the roster as we go forward. probably another week and a half, and we'll know kind of what the full roster looks like. However, I do know this. Jackson Farlow, son of former Unity standout Scott Farlow.
Oh, wow.
Who is coming to play for the Doggy Paddlers this summer.
Wow.
Recently either committed to or signed with Coastal Carolina.
That's pretty impressive.
So,
and a very good program.
Yeah,
So good for him.
A lot of fun to look forward to with the Doggy Paddlers. We also have a lot of track going on right now. I would say we're on the cusp of the baseball, softball postseason, but we've had sectional track in Illinois this week. We've got sectional track in Missouri on Saturday, and then state track next week.
We've had some track and field stories. Obviously, I talked this week about Wyatt DeGrave, and last year going to that sectional at Bocade and not being able to get his jumps right in any way, shape, or form for the
One of
triple.
our fans just honked at us.
We had a fan. Yay. But, so there's a lot at balance for him. We've had some schools break through very nicely in Illinois on the girls' side with some state qualifiers already.
Yes.
We'll know more of the lay of the land this weekend. That's, that's big doings.
It is.
And probably our best chances for state championships, although we have golf starting up as well.
We do. The Missouri side, we got state golf on Monday and Tuesday. Palmyra, South Shelby boys, Monroe City boys, all those teams qualified. And then we got some individuals who have qualified as well. Noah Bringer from Canton, Kyle Locke from Hannibal, to name a couple. So we'll have coverage of that. That's coming up Monday, Tuesday. We'll have a preview of that this weekend. And then next week, we got softball regionals.
We do. We've got a ton of really interesting, especially on the softball side, as you mentioned, some really interesting potential pairings based on the brackets that have dropped.
Yep.
I mean, we've got, again, we'll have state track as early as next week, which is stunning, but always fun and interesting as well. It just all is kind of coming together at this crescendo to the spring sports season, and then it's summer, Matt Shuffman.
It is, and we'll have plenty to do this summer, but we'll also take a little bit of downtime this summer as well.
We will. A couple of college signings coming your way on Monday, as it is our tradition. Had two biggies this week, obviously, with Jackson Clark and with Cooper Knowles doing their D1 thing. I had a really cool signing happen this week. It's probably my favorite of the year. Young man that a lot of people probably don't know a lot about. His name's Marty McBride from Hannibal High School, has had an incredibly rough home life over the course of his deal. But he is signing to bowl and to do cheer at Culver Stockton. And you're going to love his story. This is a kid who will make you feel good about the world because the world has thrown him so many terrible curveballs, and he is so positive and wants to use his experiences to make the world better.
Cool.
Going to Culver and getting an education that probably would have been out of his grasp without his talent. So if you want to feel good, Monday we're going to give you a really good feel-good story to kind of start the week.
There you go. So look forward to all that. Make sure you check out muddyriversports.com. We'll be out and about all weekend. And next week, we're going to be busy every single day because there's district baseball, regional softball, state track, all kinds of stuff going on.
So now's the wrong time to make my vacation request?
Yeah, you don't get any days off.
I didn't figure you were giving me any days off.
I'm not taking any either.
Well, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly. So you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you right back here next week.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
Beyond just our mission, the friendships and fellowships that we get to create here and the relationships that we get to foster amongst our members. I've got friends, I've got clients in my business from this, and at the end of the day, it's about the relationships with each other as well and working together as a team to help those kids. So give it a shot, just do what you can, and we'd love to see you join Kiwanis.
Welcome back. It's graduation weekend.
Busy
all over,
weekend.
like a dozen graduations, something like that. Will they be inside or outside? That's the question. Here's how's the weather up there from Farm and Home Supply.
Kind of got a sunny day joking about.
Okay, I needed a sunny day.
So the sun's been coming out earlier this morning, but I woke up and I panicked because I didn't see the sun.
Well, that's odd.
But then it dawned on me.
Oh, of course it did, yes.
I am rhubiologist Nathaniel Jones.
Oh, lovely.
Meteorologist Brent Clare. This is how's the weather up there with the weekend forecast. And Brent, you texted me the forecast earlier before the show, and we talk about rain chances every single day. But we were talking about last time. We got spoiled so early. Today couldn't be a more average May day. because the highs and lows are right where the average is. Exactly. It's crazy.
Perfect day. I mean, came outside, nice. A little chilly this morning, you know, if you're a little sensitive, maybe a light jacket, but then later on today it'll be nice and sunny, nice little breeze. And yeah, I really enjoy this. And this is what I call planting weather. This is perfect planting weather. So if the planter was working, then I would have be able to enjoy that. So, but that's a discussion for another day. Anyway, but yeah, very nice day today. Unfortunately, this is the end of the nice days, as we will be moving into a more active period starting tomorrow. Chance that storms come into the picture tonight, possibly half an inch, depending on what it does. We're kind of watching those very carefully. And then we're going to get, as the warm front moves through, a warm, almost hot and humid pattern. So the humidity will be returning. It will get a little sultry out.
And now's about the time, right? It's almost Memorial Day weekend.
We're getting darn close, and graduation season. You know, you can't have graduation. You can't be cold for graduation. You know, heaven forbid. So, because we've got almost every school, I think, in the county is graduating this weekend. So,
a lot's on the line.
What's that?
A lot's on the line.
A lot's on the line. Yeah. So I know QU is Saturday, and then Quincy High and Unity, and I don't know if Central's.
I think so.
Central it is. I think, and I think Liberty and Pace. I think everyone's graduating this weekend, and of course that's when a possibility of storms comes. So of course, it couldn't have waited a week or a couple of weeks ago or whatever. So it had to come this week.
So threat of severe weather with those storms or negligible?
When we get to Monday and late Sunday, I say late Sunday, not during the day. Late Sunday and Monday, there's a possibility we could be getting to more severe weather pattern, and even into Tuesday. Still a little farther away to figure this one out, but definitely the Storm Prediction Center is starting to highlight some areas. Was it Monday? I think Monday was probably the highest risk, highest of severe weather, and I think they'll be further to our northwest, but obviously that changes, day to day. So we'll have to watch that very carefully. So, but the hope is we get to Tuesday. Cold front comes through, and we kind of shut it down for a little while, calm down for a little bit. So maybe Memorial Day is. I haven't checked. Is Memorial Day weekend next weekend or the weekend after? I can't remember.
Next weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's Memorial Day weekend. Unofficial start to summer.
Unofficial. So I'm hoping that next weekend will probably be a nice weekend. So a nice way to start our summer activities here. But again, we'll have to watch very carefully this next few days because, again, it's not going to be a washout. It will be a hit and miss. And I think that tonight will be more of a widespread because of the nature. But when we get into those like afternoon chances, those are going to be the pop-up showers that you just won't be able to figure out where they're at. So, or I mean, some guys may get it somewhat once. So.
Different miles, even 2 miles away from somebody, they get somebody you won't. So.
Exactly. So,
what's your trigger to wear shorts? 85? Does it have to be that warm? Or are you one of those once it hits 75, you're in shorts all the time?
Define wearing shorts. I mean, is it like going out?
Out in public, yes.
Out in public? I don't know. I mean, I could wear them now if I really felt like. I'm not really a short person.
Okay.
I'm a tall person.
Yeah. But there's some people who cannot stand.
No, I am not that type of person.
Okay.
I have a friend that I referee with. He can wear shorts year long, and he has.
Yeah.
We'll show up to basketball games in the wintertime, and he'd be in shorts, like whatever. But no, it's just I just. But now when I go mowing, when I'm mowing the lawn, I'll definitely wear them. Which I think we get a good chance. There'll be a chance this weekend to get to your yard more. I know mine is desperately needing it. So, but yeah, I am not really a short. But I guess 85.
Yeah, that's most people.
Yeah,
85 when you start getting the sweat on the knees and then dripping off. That's when the trigger's there.
Right. Yeah. So that's a good.
And over the next few days, dew point's going to be fairly high enough in order to trigger that, right?
Absolutely.
Sweaty knees, sweaty knee alert,
and other undesirable areas. But yeah, we will definitely get into that swamp season coming up in next few days. So not terrible. I mean, we'll be in like the mid 60s, so it's not like oppressive. It's like that uncomfortable level. So, but nonetheless, we'll remind her that summer is on its way and the fun. But that's do you want a dry summer where it doesn't rain and your grass goes dry, or do you want it a little moist where you have to sweat a little bit more, but everything looks good?
Yeah, we've had that happen over the past 2 or 3 years. End of summer, right, is when that spigot shuts off and it's dried up fairly well. So yeah, you do have the late summer. You don't really get to mow the grass all.
And we're watching that very carefully because we keep on talking about the super El Nino, how it's going to affect the last part of the summer, kind of like the '88 and some of the bigger droughts we've had. So watching that very carefully, which is kind of a shame. The crop goes in so well and then you don't get a drop of rain to finish it off. So
yeah, suffers at the end.
Such is the nature of the profession, but that's the way it is. So
yeah.
But other than that, again, weather for the most part we're looking good for a little while. So, but again, we'll keep an eye on those storms for next week. We're not done with storm season. We had a nice little break, but we'll probably start ramping up again as we get into the last part of May and early part of June. So, hang on, we got more storms to come. So.
Welcome to the promenade.
Whoa, baby, baby, sweet, sweet baby. Baby, baby. Whoa, baby, baby, sweet, sweet baby. 'Cause I like it like that. 'Cause I like it like that. Like it like that, like it like that. Whoa, baby, baby, sweet, sweet. Whoa, baby, baby, sweet, sweet. Whoa, baby, baby, sweet, sweet baby. Baby.
Well, along with those graduations, there's lots of other fun stuff going on this weekend.
There is. There's always a jam-packed community calendar. Let's take a look at it. Kicking off the weekend calendar with live music tonight, head underground to the Rathskeller for Third Friday Live series featuring Dion Wachowski from 8 to 10 p.m. Expect good tunes, good pours, and all the underground charm you know and love. And while you're there, go ahead and mark your calendars now because Mayfest is just 2 weeks away and will once again be held right outside the Rathskeller.
The district's farmers market is back at Washington Park this weekend. Shop local vendors offering everything from spices and homegrown produce to handmade goods and local merch from friends like Golden Collective. It's a great way to start your Saturday, a nice stroll through the park, green grass, a lively town square, and a community coming together to make it all happen.
And as we heard on Coffee Talk, the district is also putting on their Unique Spaces tour this weekend. The tour includes stops at the new Doubletree by Hilton Quincy, formerly known as the Holodome to most, giving you a chance to check out the renovations, plus a look inside the armory, the gun range that's below there, and a trip to the top of the Quincy skyscraper tower on Main, formerly known as the WCU building. Grab your tickets today. You can find the link right at the top of our website here at Muddy River News. Pre-ordering saves you $5, but if you decide last minute, tickets will still be available at the door. Tours begin in the conference room of the new Doubletree.
And you might as well just get a room for the weekend, just spend it all downtown, because as the evening rolls in on Saturday night, we've got the latest installment of the Gem City Concert Series in the Old Newcomb Hotel lot, featuring Thunderstruck, the fantastic AC/DC tribute band that will shake you all night long. Or at the very least, you can shoot to thrill. We'll see how many more lyrics and titles we can pop in here. But be sure to grab your tickets at gemcityconcertseries.com.
Did you like that one?
I did, yes. That was very good. You got most of them in there. I think that's good. So.
Nice.
But anyway, lots of stuff going on this weekend.
So much stuff.
Let's just hope the rain is sort of off and on.
More off than on. I'm
Absolutely.
hoping for the graduations. Congratulations to all our graduates in the community. And I really do hope the Gem City series, concert series kicks off right with some nice weather.
It should be a great time. So as always, get out there and enjoy it. As always, thank you for watching Muddy River News and, of course, watching our program here. I want you to have a great weekend, and always remember that Muddy River Mornings is driven by Hess Auto Agency. Have a great week.
Bye.